Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic. You're here on this Destiny 2 video, and today's video, oh my god, cat, mommy, girlfriend. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Destiny 2 weekly reset for February 9th, 2021. Today is the first day of the new season, Season of the Chosen. A lot of new things, including new cutscenes, new story, new missions, activities, new triumphs, new vendor stuff, new everything going on with the season. I'll try to cover everything that is major within the new season, as well as the weekly reset, and hopefully I don't miss anything major, but obviously you can take a look at a lot of the stuff yourself. So first and foremost, right when you log into the game, you're going to get a cutscene, and that's going to be followed by being automatically dropped into the Battleground Behemoth activity, which can be found on Nessus here in the top left. My game actually crashed and I was not able to do this, but I went to the tower anyways because I wanted to make this weekly reset video. I don't know what happens after this. I imagine you get the artifact, so you should probably do that as soon as possible. Beyond that, honestly, there are a lot of little changes all over the place. For example, Europa got a new teleport landing location. There's been updates to giving you more Ascendant shards for the Pinnacle reward at the end of the Deepstone Crypt. There's new updated reissue stuff in the Tangled or the Dreaming City, as well as the Moon stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. Check out the patch notes on the website for all the stuff they changed. There's not a lot of big things. Obviously, the biggest thing are going to be the changes to the rockets and the swords. Everything else is pretty standard and mostly just fixes. I also wanted to go over a couple things that I haven't noticed before we get started. First and foremost, in your quest section, there's going to be these seasonal challenges. And as they've mentioned on their TWAB, there's going to be a number of awards, including a lot of bright dust. So you have a lot of opportunities, or a lot more opportunities, to get bright dust than you did before. Obviously, they did remove all of the weekly bounties from all of the vendors and basically just funneled all of that into here and added a little bit more. And these things will be updating over time. You can see this is a weekly challenge, so every single week you'll have another list of something like this. As the weeks go on, there's not going to be as many challenges, so it's not going to be a huge grind, but there's going to be a lot of stuff. And I imagine the seasonal stuff are going to expand as well. Perhaps the seasonal stuff expands with your seasonal rank, because it does very clearly say seasonal rank here, so maybe in the season pass we'll be able to see something like that. If you have the premium, the season pass, the annual pass, I forget what it's called, you have access to this bottom path, which also gives you the top path as well, and obviously gives you the ability to get that bow as well as some armor right off the bat. Apparently there's also additional rewards. From what I understand, these are the rewards that are along the season pass, so it's not something you actually get from this box itself. It's going to be stuff along the way that you actually get. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. So let's go ahead and grab that, and as I expected, we got the full armor set, and then we also got the bow. Every single season I end up with a full inventory of stuff. I always forget to clear out my inventory, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Where's that bow? I want the bow. Oh, that's sad. Season of the Dawn. Oh my god. And in case you're wondering about the new seasonal item known as the Tiku's Divination, it's going to be the new bow, which is a primary ammo bow, right? Yes, it is a primary ammo bow, and it has a number of weird perks to it. Its first perk here is Sacred Flames. Hip firing this weapon fires multiple tracking projectiles, and targets marked by these projectiles explode upon death, or when struck by another Sacred Flames explosion. Keep in mind, this thing is called Sacred Flames. Its other perk, arrows fired while aiming down sights, cause these Sacred Flames to instantly detonate. So you mark multiple enemies by hip firing, and then you aim down sights and fire, and they all explode at once. And the last bit is going to be precision hits with the perfectly drawn arrows increase the power of this detonation. And in case you did not know, perfectly drawn arrows is basically the instant that you fully draw the bow back and not after it. There's a very small window when this happens. That's called a perfectly drawn arrow. From what I can tell, this is not really something that's going to be endgame, but it's going to be hard to make bows endgame in my opinion, especially as they are primary ammo weapon. It does have a pretty decent draw time. Its accuracy could be a bit better, might have a few issues, but obviously it tracks in home, so maybe not a big deal. Beyond that, I just wanted to go over a couple of other things in the season pass. Most of these things should be pretty obvious. Just wanted to go over, just wanted to go over some stuff that I thought was pretty interesting. First and foremost, the first weapon we have is a linear fusion rifle. I've never really been a fan of linears. Precision frames are pretty common. More than that, obviously, if you have the free track, you can get the special seasonal weapon at rank 35 if you don't have the premium track. Other than that, we also have this other weapon, which is going to be an aggressive 2-burst, which is an energy weapon, very similar to the Breachlight, but as a void energy weapon, and obviously a sunset of 1610, which is, ooh, wow, that's pretty high. The specific roll on this is not really that great. I don't really think that either one of these is, you know, that great, but maybe it'll have some cool rolls. I'll have to check it out on LightGG. I'll try to release a video soon about what I think certain weapons are going to be great to farm based on their potential rolls and all that whatnot. Beyond that, there's pretty standard stuff, just ornaments for all of the different armor sets, and some bonuses, and some bright dust, and some ascendant shards. You have this cool emote, which looks very similar to the Iron Banner one, where you just kind of stand there all heroic and all that blah blah. And lastly, we have the ornament for the bow, which just kind of makes it look gold. Nothing else that's pretty crazy, other than the pinhead pinhead hat. Oh, I can't wait to use this as an ornament on everything. And again, I imagine that there's some type of bonus or upgrade along the way. I wasn't able to see it that changes the number of seasonal challenges and stuff you'll receive along the way. Very briefly, I just wanted to go over some of the changes to the Triumph section. Obviously, we have the new gilded titles, where you can take titles you've already earned, like for example, the Dredgen title, and then gild it. A lot of these things are going to be retroactively applicable, so, you know, I have 10 out of 16 of these things already done, because I've done a lot of stuff in the previous seasons. And once you finish all this stuff, your title becomes nice and orange. You get a little marker here in the bottom right that says how many times you've done it, and you know, it's pretty straightforward. For example, the Conqueror one, I only literally have one left to do, and I just have to do 4 Grandmasters. And oh yeah, and you also have the new Chosen one as well. So there's going to be a new seasonal one. Obviously, it's going to be called the Chosen, and you have to finish a bunch of stuff, and there's some lock stuff. Pretty straightforward. Beyond that, there's going to be some new triumphs for Season of the Chosen. It only says 48, which seems a bit low. I believe all the other things are stuff I've already done in the past, which you have to complete a number of things from the DLC. So mostly pretty straightforward. Oh, and it seems as soon as you get the Taku's Divination, you can go to Banshee to pick up the Catalyst quest, just like every single season. Ooh, this is a new line. That's new animation. Pretty straightforward, probably. I don't really know of a reason why it wouldn't be. Oh yeah, and on top of that, we also have the new ritual weapon, the Salvager's Salvo. Hopefully this is not a direct mountaintop. Hopefully it incorporates some of the changes they made to mountaintop, because then it might just still be a problem, but I'm looking forward to a new mountaintop, what can I say? Ooh, them new animations. Not to say that I thought it was better, but like, ooh, you can, yo, we can finally give this shit in stacks of 100. Wow, this is technology right here, Bungie. Wow. I'm still in favor for a slider. Why? Why not? Just let me put like 1,000 down at once. I don't understand why not. Whoa, you've made some changes, my friend. You've made some changes. Ooh, there's a new thing. Oh, it's part of the it's part of the new thing. It's probably a playlist for the thing on Nessus. I don't know what this is, but it's very clearly a new thing. Moving on with the regular weekly reset, starting up with the Nightfall Ordeal. This week, it's actually the Devil's Lair, and you also get the Nightfall Weapon Rare. Wow, look at that. So obviously things have changed and have moved up based on the new season. They obviously have a chance of getting the new Nightfall Weapon for the strike, and obviously it's Devil's Lair, the returning strike from Destiny 1. It's gonna be a short strike. So in my opinion, to get 100k, you might need probably Legend, but they might also make it a very dense strike, a lot more dense than it used to be. So I don't know. I've never played the strike. I can't make any recommendations, but it's the Devil's Lair. And in case you did not know, we have a new Nightfall weapon unique for the new 3 Nightfalls. So we're going to be able to get some special stuff by doing the Nightfalls again. The heroic burn for the week is going to be Void Singe. Ooh, I like the new animation. And since we are talking about these strikes and Nightfall stuff, let's take a look at the new stuff from Zavala. Obviously, he had his weekly thing removed. He has this new system where it's only one and done, which I think is obviously way better. Obviously, he still has his tokens because they only remove the crucible ones, and he doesn't seem to have a second page. Oftentimes, a new season, he'll get like a new emblem, but maybe he's just sticking with the Beyond Light one. Oh, okay, yeah, so they move stuff around in the crucible again. Everything else looks to be pretty straightforward in the crucible side of things. The rotating playlist right now is gonna be Mayhem. Why does that say Glory? No. Oh, okay, yeah, no, they changed it. So now Valor is red and Glory is white. Why? Why? Okay. So it's still Valor. This is weird. And because we're talking about Crucible, let's take a look at Shax's new inventory. As you can tell, there are no more Crucible tokens. If you had Crucible tokens, they can be deleted in a stack, which is obviously very sad, but he has a new system. I do think the new system makes a lot more sense. It's very clear what you're getting. If you play a lot of PvP, you have a lot more access to getting these Ascendant Shards more consistently, and it just feels better in my opinion. To get Guardian ranks in Crucible, I imagine you just play Crucible and get Valor or Glory or something, and this will probably fill up. As for the Gambit side of things, well, not much has changed. As for the Drifter's side of things, he changed his inventory very similarly to Shaq's. He never had any of those special tokens anyways, so he didn't actually have something to remove, so obviously nobody was talking about it, but obviously he has this new set of stuff. I noticed, by the way, there's a new emblem for the Drifter and I also just noticed that the Drifter and Shaq's also have a new emblem, but ZAVALA does not. What's up with that? But everything else should be pretty much the same. It makes more sense how you rank up. It's more consistent ascendant shards, and obviously just play infamy stuff and you get infamy, and everything else should be pretty much the same. Also, something I wanted to mention is that the Bad Omens, which is an arrivals drop, actually has a pretty good roll on it. So if you're looking for a good rocket launcher for this season, it has tracking, it has impact casing, it has cluster bombs, it has a blast radius masterwork. This is a pretty good rocket launcher, and it's a sunset of 1360. So even next season, it can still be used. This is a great start if you don't have a good one yet. See you on Europa, Guardian. Next up, I wanted to talk about some Europa stuff. First and foremost, if you wanted to get the new aspect, the aspect of influence, I'm obviously on my Titan, so this is going to be the Titan one. All you have to do is head over to the Stranger down here on Europa. Imagine maybe you have to complete the other aspects first. I have everything done here on the Titan. The Empire Hunt this week is going to be the Dark Priestess. Obviously, the numbers and the difficulty has changed based on the new season, so obviously it's going to be very hard for people who have low light, like everyone. However, the Deepstone Crypt is at the exact same level, so if you're able to do it last season, you can do it this season, and the current challenge is going to be Red Rover. I believe this takes place in the first encounter of the raid, and in this encounter, every single person has to do the operator buff job at least once. So they have to get the operator buff, shoot at least one of the console things down below, and there's some special strategy for it. It's kind of annoying, but not that bad. Moving on to the moon stuff, I might recommend that a lot of the moon drops actually have a new reissued level, as well as some of the items have a new reissued set of perks and all that whatnot. So if you complete the Altars of Sorrow and you get the final chest, that's going to be a new 1610 level weapon, and it's going to have new perks on it. The Blasphemous, the rocket launcher, the sniper, all of those have new rolls, as well as the moon armor dropping at the highest level as well. So you actually do have a reason to come back to these moon stuff if you want to do them. For the Nightmare Hunts this week, we have things like Skolas, we have Zydron, and we have Tenix. Obviously, Zydron's going to be the easiest because there's a spot where you can just stand up in the rafters and just shoot the boss infinitely without him being able to damage you. At my level, that would be still next to impossible. For the Garden of Salvation Raid Challenge this week, it's going to be to the top. Going to be taking place in the third encounter of the raid, and in this encounter, you have to dunk 10 motes anytime you dunk any motes. So instead of doing 5, 10, 10, 5, you have to do 10, 10, 10. The idea here is that you send somebody early. Whenever you link up that first chain, he has the buff, he can then defend while that first person gets 10. And then lastly, obviously, we also have some reissues on the Dreaming City. So if you want to get the Reverie Dawn armor, you want to do the Shattered Throne, if you want to get some of the new weapons like Waking Vigil or Sleepless that have new reissued versions, again, maximum sunset level 1610, as well as new perks, they are available if you want to go get them. And I don't know what the perks are yet. Again, I'll be trying to make a video about what weapons to go farm based on their potential drops and their stats. I'll make that video soon. Up next, let's go ahead and take a look at Eververse. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of new things. Wow, this looks very Chinese New Year. Is there a Chinese New Year coming up soon? I don't know, but these look sick, I gotta say. It's not racist anymore, because this has gotta be Chinese New Year, right? Either way, a lot of this stuff looks really, really cool. Take a look at some of the Bright Dust options at the bottom. First and foremost, we have the Blood in the Water. Makes your Sparrow look like a ghost, not a ghost, like a shark. It has a purple Sparrow thing at the back. That's pretty nice. You have a Ghost Ornament that makes him look like a lamp shell, which is, you know, if you want it. You have the Transmit effect that looks like this. You have the Bruise Blush, which I've never found looks good on many things other than making your weapons look hella pink. God damn. Looking sexy as fuck right there. Man, I can't. I have too many ghosts. I have too many ghosts. Oh my god, that's adorable. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Yes, this is the thumbnail. This right here is the thumbnail. For the other Bright Dust section, if you have not gotten the Playground Ride, this is one of my favorite emotes of all time. This is a whole lot of fun. You should definitely pick that one up. You have the Cross Step Shuffle, which looks pretty much just like that. You have the Grateful Crane, which is a sparrow that looks like this. Again, the preview looks like that. A nice purple and black out the back. It's a bit unique there. You have this ship here, in case this is something you were interested in. You have this ghost shell. It's pretty straightforward. You have an ornament for the Devil's Ruin. It's actually a pretty good ornament for the Devil's Ruin. I don't really like the way it looks normally, so it's definitely something that if I ever use the weapon, I'd be interested in. You have some transmit effects across the bottom. This one is pretty good. You got the catch one where it turns towards you and looks at you. Got some more transmit effects, some more shaders. This is obviously a new shader. It looks pretty blah. You have the Reef Made shader, which can look cool depending on your armor sets and what you're using. Everything else is not really my favorite. And lastly, for the seasonal stuff, obviously you can buy, wow, we're finally getting a new one for the 1K. Wow, damn, okay. Shit, I gotta pick this up for Bright Dust when I find it, but obviously we have, and the Anarchy, hello, finally getting some Anarchy representation here. We got a lot of stuff available for silver. Obviously this is real money if you don't want to spend real money. Wow, look at these lips on these things. I bet she kiss good. And oh god damn, look at this, oh my god, they really did a number on some of these things. They look nice. Oh, ooh. Finally, a way to make the insurmountable scope for it look not terrible. I gotta say, I'm not really a fan of the Cyberpunk version and the regular version, so finally getting something that looks different, I'm a really big fan of this. We also have a new Titan finisher. Hopefully we can actually get that during the season for Bright Dust, but they like to keep their finishers to themselves. We have stuff for like the 4th Horseman. We've got some other stuff as well down the line. We have an ornament for oh my god! Oh my god, dude! Are you serious? That's a dope ornament. Ah, damn it. Honestly, I'm very into it. I really like the way this armor looks. I don't know what this armor's from. I imagine this is the Eververse armor, which, you know, sucks because it actually looks nice. Maybe I'll just buy the helmet for the Titan whenever that comes around. Maybe the arms for the little armor piece right there, but they're looking pretty good. We got a lot of interesting and fun stuff. Ooh, wow, that's a okay. Okay, we're looking good. But yeah, no, this looks like a dope set of armor. I love the little pieces underneath, the little glow lava down below. Like I said, and it looks like a bowl, obviously, because of, again, probably the Chinese New Year. I don't know. I probably should just Google it at this point. February 12th. Yep. That's it right there. Friday, February 12th. Chinese New Year. Is it this season of the bowl? Not the what is it? Ox. Yes. So it's an ox. I was right. But it looks dope. Honestly, Bungie's outdone themselves. A lot of really good, visually pleasing stuff this season. I'm just thinking to myself, who came up with the idea of making Izanagi's bird in like Cloud Strife's Buster Sword? Just firing a sword at people. I don't know, man. It sounds cool. I am a bit disappointed in that Anarchy ornament, though. I love the way they do most of the Siva stuff, like the Outbreak Perfected and that Synthesept stuff, and they also the Raiden Flux thing. They made it look really nice, but the Anarchy one, I need some work. Anyways, finally, let's take a look at Hawthorne's inventory. Obviously, taking a look at her weekly raid challenge. Again, they changed up some stuff here. I'm literally never gonna get that class item. I'm literally missing just the class item, the 1259 on my Titan. Anyways, for the weekly raid challenge for the Last Wish raid, we have Witch, gonna be taking place in the 2nd encounter of the raid. And in this encounter, don't get hit by her regular ball attack. You can be pushed and bumped, just don't get hit by a regular ball attack. And this one has a weird AoE and kind of annoying. And then obviously, I will mention that technically the Last Wish raid may have gotten reissued. I haven't seen yet, but obviously it is at least reissued last season, and everything is up to the high level stuff. So if you want to get stuff from Last Wish raid, it's not worthless. It has a lot of high level drops. And yeah, that is gonna be the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if any questions, concerns, something I missed. Obviously with these seasonal reset, there are a lot of things to cover. I'm obviously not gonna be able to cover everything, and obviously I'm trying to get this video out before everything else happens, so I did not yet do the Nessus stuff. There might be some stuff that is available. Maybe Ikora's like a vendor, or you know, Cyrus is somewhere. I don't know, because I haven't done it yet. So let me know in the comments down below if there's something like that, and I'll try to pin that and add that to a top pinned comment. Also, make sure you come check out my live streams that I'm gonna have right after these videos. Obviously, you can see on screen all the times that I have my live streams at twitch.tv/Dychronic. Link in the description down below. We'll oftentimes have open lobbies for raids, for nightfalls. If you need help with certain dungeons, or you want to join me on some mindless grind for Hawkmoon, come join us in the description down below. And of course, as always, I want to give a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Very specifically, I want to give a huge shout out to Medibudu, Mama Dad, Shadow Moon, Joe Smith, Monday, Natalie Halpin, Steve Bachmanwicz, Justin Ryan, Raymond Showman, and Unipanther for their support on Patreon. If you want to join this list, check out a link in the description down below to my Patreon to help support the spreadsheets, the docs, and all the stuff I do here on the channel. But yeah, that's going to be the end of it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.